Welcome back to the channel. So it is a new week. That means new cars. That means progress on the cars that are out here. So let's get to it because it ain't gonna get itself done. You're watching the Vasco Speed Performance YouTube channel. Braden got the turbo kit knocked out on Colin's truck and it turned out amazing. So let me show you how it looks. So we got the cold side knocked out. He already had the hot side knocked out in the last episode. So we went ahead and got the downpipe down to about there. We have the wideband in there. Everything turned out really good. You got good plug access. So turned out really good. We were excited. He's going to go ahead and pick it up and he's going to do some stuff to it. And he's eventually going to bring it back and we're going to finish the rest of the exhaust. But for now, this S10 is knocked out.
It's a lovely Tuesday. Hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend. We're back at it. Travis is back here knocking out the rear end. I'm getting ready to do some welding on Mike's cage. Let me show you what we got going on. Got this main hoop in here. Door bars fitting up nice. Everything's looking real good and we're ready to do some welding. Brad bent those pieces up, drew them up in SolidWorks, I believe. Come down to the speaker holes nice. He is planning on putting a back seat back in this car. Lands pretty good, so we shouldn't have any problems welding this stuff up. Let's get to it.
Alrighty, we got Braden back on Mike's car today, and he is finishing up the tin work. So Matthew started this tin work, and then Braden's going and finishing it up since Matthew no longer works for us. And one thing that Braden did on this was he also finished welding out the cage. So the cage is 100% welded at all four corners, plus our D-bars. Those are all done. The door bars are in. The only thing he has to do to the cage is we need to cut the door bars back out and put the swing outs in. We ended up making our own back bars that came through the packing shelf that went and connect to that shock bar back there for a clean look. But that's pretty much done. We were going to do a twin turbo kit on this, but Mike's going to hold off. He's got a couple other projects he's going to do. So he's going to pick up the car the way it sets after we get the cage and the tin work done. We got to mount a radiator and make some brackets that come off here to the front bumper on it. But other than that, we're getting close to finishing up the yellow Mustang for Mike, and then he'll take it back, hold on to it, and then he says probably next winter we'll start on the turbo kit once he gets the engine and everything in it. So pretty cool car to have, and we're honored to be able to work on it for him. Getting ready to caulk it.
I'm cocked and loaded.
Okay. Right when you go to film, somebody's always got to grind.
The band don't stop, bro.
Yeah. So Braden's working on knocking out these swing outs. So we got you cut the old bar out, and then you just put these in there, and they swing out now.
That they do.
So, perfecto.
Not only do they swing out, they also swing in.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's what makes it really nice. So one thing you can always do is you can always put like a little stop on the back side of that right there, and that will prevent it from swinging in. Might end up doing that. Troy redesigned some from Henderson.
Yeah.
He redesigned some of these that have stops in them already, and they're actually pretty nice. So we could have done those, but Mike already had these. So
Cool. For a seat or something.
yeah, so that'll work. Okay. Well, cool. Let me take you back and show you the trunk area on this thing. So Braden was like, hey, why don't you 3D print some covers? So I came in here and I 3D printed these like little pieces here, and they've got a bevel to them. And so then they can just slide right up around there like so. And then we'll just put some rivets in it, and that'll clean up that around there where the bars go through. So nice little touch. Braden's over here working on getting this other door bar knocked out.
That's right.
How's that going?
Going good.
Going good?
Yeah.
Cool.
About done.
Yeah? We're starting to see the end of this thing.
Yeah.
Pretty
we're
cool.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get Mike's car back.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That'll be cool. Yeah, cage turned out really good. This is actually a pre-bent cage from Team Z. Now, I'm not one to talk bad about another company, but this thing, I think, was built on a Friday. Because nothing lined up. I mean, up here, there was literally a gap that you could fit your fist between this bar and there. So we ended up remaking the A-pillar bars. We ended up remaking this. We ended up remaking a lot of this stuff. So, yeah. But, yeah, turned out pretty cool. Okay, we are making good progress on the Maverick rear end. So we are working on narrowing it. And I wanted to go over a little bit of this because I'm still learning as we go. However, it's a process that just is very tedious. So in order to get this how you want it and not have it, warp on you, the biggest crucial thing is you want this surface parallel to this surface as much as you can get it, like perfect. And I never really understood that because in my eyes, I was just thinking, hey, it's straight. If I cut it with a bandsaw, that's straight, that's good. In reality, there's a slight gap up here, and I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in on that real quick. Okay, you can see there is a slight gap right there. So our objective is to try and get rid of that and make that as flat as possible. So when that has a gap and you put a tack there, what it actually does is it actually pulls it, and then this piece gets cocked onto this shaft, and that's what causes it to bind. So we're going to do our best to go through here and continue to sand this down to get it as smooth as possible. That way when you weld it, it doesn't have any movement and should be good to go. So we're going to get to straightening this side up and get it tacked on there, and then we'll work on the other side. For the Maverick is all welded up. Got the ends on. Looks good. Things slide back and forth like they're supposed to. So we're gonna work on making progress on doing some more bars in the back of the old Maverick. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work with making the parachute mount bar. So we're gonna drill a hole through here, make that bar. We're gonna make it removable just in case he doesn't want to keep it on there at all times. And then we'll end up having a bar that goes from here down to there, same like that. We might do a triangulated bar from here to here, just depending on the fuel cell and all that kind of stuff. But making progress, so that's all that needs to happen is keep inching forward little by little. Well, we are back out working on the Lightning. I'm going to work on trying to get the Supercharger mounted to the factory intake. So I cleaned up some parts. So let's get this thing together. Well, I ran into my first snag. So they tell you to remove the dowels or swap the dowels over from the old intake to the new intake, or from the old lower lid to the upper, whichever part they get stuck in. I did put the blower on, and one of the corners wouldn't really go down, the other corner wasn't really too happy, and where they were at happened to be where the dowels were at. So I went ahead and looked at it, and I realized that the dowels were just too tall for the billet piece that comes from Whipple. So I went ahead and tried removing one of them because I didn't want to sand it down and within the intake. However, it ended up destroying it. So now I need another dowel. So I ended up finding an LS cylinder head dowel. Fits perfectly, should work good. So I put that in there, and it goes down to the correct height, should be good. So I went ahead and sanded the other dowel down. So now I think we're good to put the blower on for good. So wish me luck. You know the deal. New week, new car. So this is Roy's Camaro. It is a 5th-gen Camaro. Last time he was brought the car to us, we made some aluminum exhaust, and we made a belly pan and some other things for it. So he went on sick week, did really good. He actually finished the whole thing, which is the main goal. But he brought us his car this time. He had an engine issue after sick week, so he's getting the engine fixed. He's also switching the combo up. It used to be a blower car, and now it's going to be a twin turbo deal. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting rid of the ABS module. So we're going to be redoing the brake lines, getting that all knocked out, bleeding the brakes. He brought us a fuel cell because his old fuel pumps were out of pump, so he needed more. So we are going to be installing that back here in his trunk. So he's got this Scott Rod panel. So we're going to be taking this panel out. We're going to put that tank in here, mount it somehow. We might end up moving the battery down here beside it if there's enough room, but we got to get all this stuff out and do that first. So yeah, so I am going to let Travis start tearing this thing apart and doing his thing. And this will be the first time that Travis is on the video, so he's excited about it. So we're just going to set up the time lapse and let him get to work. So let's do it.
Do thinking, what? A lot of thinking.
But don't do it too hard; you'll hurt your head. Working on, Travis?
Welding these pieces of tubing to the bottom of this frame.
How's that going?
It is going great.
Looks good.
2 straight bars?
Yeah.
Sure, it looks great.
Well, they're curved on each end, so that's cool.
The curves are bent.
And they're at the same level, which...
And they're at the same level.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we're going to mount some really cool stuff to them.
Cool. All right.
Fuel cell, battery box, you know.
Yeah, I will come back, and then we'll do an update, because I want to discuss the whole trunk area and some of the issues that we're having.
Nice sheet metal
Yeah.
we're going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll be back. Okay, we're making progress on this. So this is kind of where we're going to put the gas tank, and we're going to, since this isn't exactly square through here, this hole, we're going to have to make the panel come up and go over, you know, so it'll actually bend right about here and go over that direction. That being said, we're going to try to make that come over, and so that this tub that'll go inside of here will drop down in there. But the customer wanted us to put the battery beside the gas tank if possible, because it was up here. So we went ahead and moved it down there. We thought about maybe possibly getting a different battery tray. However, this one fits the battery he has, and the battery he has in these cars, since it's in the back and the amperage and everything, it's a pretty big battery. Also, it has a strap that goes across the top. So if this was to break, this plastic thing that holds down, then you would have another one on the top of it. So we might end up utilizing that part. I don't know. We thought about cutting these off, but if you ever had to change it, it might be handy to have that. So what we're going to work on now is we just cut out brackets for the gas tank. So we're going to weld these to the side of the tank, and then that'll help us where we need to place our chassis tabs. So let's go take a look at that. So here are our chassis tabs. These are just chassis tabs that we took and welded nuts to them. And then we had to go and massage them a little bit, because in order to get them to set flat on the tube, they would hang up a little bit. So we had to come in here and do a little bit of barrel sanding to them to get them to set flat. So we got those made. So I think we have 4 for the tank and 4 for the battery. And then now we are making the aluminum brackets that are going to weld to the side of the tank that'll bolt to these. So let him get to it. So this is Donald's Fox Body Mustang. This thing is rowdy, sounds really, really good, makes all the right noises. It is a small block Ford with nitrous. We don't really mess with a lot of nitrous, but Donald got with us and said, hey, we're wanting to convert this thing to Holly. Something you'd be interested in doing. Told him for sure. So he actually has a whole nother intake with fuel injectors and everything ready to go. We've got a throttle body for it. It's already plumbed for all the nitrous. And so basically we're going to take all the wiring out of this car, and we are going to rewire the whole car with Holly, Dominator, nitrous, the whole deal. So this will be a fun one. It'd be a lot of work, because anytime it comes to wiring, it's just a very tedious process, but we are happy to do it, and we will give it our best shot and make sure it looks very, very nice when we are done. We are back on James's third gen, so he finally got us the parts. Had a little bit of a shipping error, but basically we're going to be putting this panel in here, and that gets rid of where the T-tops go, and it just cuts it off and makes it flat. Underneath there, it's just a tub, so that'll be gone. I believe this is from Rock Solid Motorsports. We could have just made this, but it's an easy enough. It's already made, simple deal. So there's that. And then the other thing that we're going to be doing is this piece here, and this just comes up here, and you cut out all of this area, and it gives you more room for your torque arms. Braden went ahead and got the tunnel knocked out on this, and he got this back area all cut out and cleaned up. So this turned out really, really good. Nice and flat. So now the customer has a clean slate to do whatever he wants to do. So he was talking about going with a big block and nitrous, or a big block and turbo. I think it was big block and turbo. And now he's going to convert it over to an LS turbo deal. So pretty cool car. So we're pretty much done with this one for now. So he's going to pick it up, and then if he needs anything in the future, just let us know. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. So I hope that you all had a great and safe Memorial Day. I hope you guys got to spend it with your family, enjoy that time with them. I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all of our service members for everything you guys have done for us. All of our fallen soldiers, I appreciate that. Everything you guys have given to let us live in the land of the free. Freedom is never free. It's always one generation away from extinction. I really like that quote. It really sticks to me, because that's something that we all gotta slow down and appreciate. So thank you to all of our service members. That's gonna do it for this episode. So if you don't already like, comment, and subscribe, make sure you do that, and we'll catch you on the next one.